All right. Women's rights activist Brinda Adige has joined me live for, in fact, on this very case. Appreciate you joining me live at this point of time, ma'am. Thank you very much for speaking to us. How do you see this case now having so many angles where at one side these are the alleged accusation over the dowry demand, at the other side the accused's family and relatives are also coming up and saying that there have been quarrels at the home due to the women wanting to work and set up her own business. Nonetheless, the in fact case is heart-wrenching, and now there is little clarity as the investigation continues, while the police is yet to issue formal statements after it is completed over if it was a suicide but the murder as well, as there is a little clarity on this at this point of time. How do you look at this case and more such rising cases, especially on the pretext of these demands as well, that become a huge contention for the issues leading up to such high level of criminal offence?
Dowry murder, dowry killing is not common. We know that this happens across India, some places more, some places less. Two aspects to it. Here there is Nikki, who has been married to somebody. Whatever lies the boys' party said, we don't know. But if the fact that she wanted to start a business, go out and work, is because he was an nalayak, unemployed. He thought he can live with her dowry for whatever number of years. So that is one part of the story. The other part is that he has squandered probably all the money that the girl's family has given and now demanding more and more. And then you have the mother-in-law, father-in-law, probably somebody else, sister-in-law, brother-in-laws. We don't know all the other extended members of the family who are egging, who are also allowing and saying, why don't you ask? Why don't you torture her? If you torture her, she will go and ask and ensure that the money comes to us. And it is not a small amount. It is some 30-40 lakhs that they are asking for, even after giving the Scorpio and all the other jewelry. So the torture was very, very intentional for the demand and sake of the dowry. So that part of it has to be established by the prosecutor. Of course, the police has to take all the evidence and go. The saddest part would be when the child is called to depose in court, because the child is going to be put through a lot of trauma, not only staying in a violent family, but also having seen his mother being murdered by his father. And if the child continues to stay in that house, I don't know how safe the child is, because the child happens to be almost the only eyewitness along with Nikki's sister. But all of that apart, does not my constitution allow women to go out and work and set up their own business? What are these families sitting in the dark ages, medieval ages, that women should not go out and work, but the girl you have brought in, the father and the mother must give you all the money you are asking, when you have not even brought up your son to go out and find a job for himself and fend his family? Absolutely shameful.
Ma'am, but at the same time, these are contrasting evidence and statements that are coming up. So it is very hard to understand how do we look at the chronology and the case which must have happened and led to this very, very tragic incident. So in your view, what should be done to also understand that the quarrels or the marital problems that arise right now in today's time should not end up in a criminal offence or in a murder or in a suicide format, and specifically more so about the offence, the criminal offence conducted against a woman?
Pertinent question, very pertinent. First and foremost, we need to tell our women, especially if she is my daughter, first thing I must tell her is, if you are uncomfortable, if you are violated, if you are tortured and traumatized, come back home. This is your house. Come back home. Your life is very important for me. So that information must be given by all families. Enough of this patriarchal, misogynistic talk that now I have married you off, now that is your only place. If you are coming, only your arthi must come. That nonsensical patriarchal talk must be totally prohibited, wiped out from our vocabulary. Two, marital conflicts will always be there. There is not a single family, husband and wife, where there are no marital conflicts. But it is the role of the other members of the family to arbitrate, to bring in compromise, to say let's forgive each other. we made mistakes. I was angry. Now, what happened in this case? Every member of the family has only aided and abetted the husband to torture and traumatize her further, especially his brother, his mother, and his father. So they were all party to abetment of this murder. Hence, they must be given life term in jail. Nobody should be excused in any which way. And my courts must look at it as abetment only and nothing less. And again, education. I hope you will reiterate through your channel, give education. Our children and their lives are precious.
Absolutely.
If the marriage breaks, it's okay, but the life is still there.
All right, ma'am. Thank you very much. Appreciate you.